Hello, and welcome to the GPS 200 Module 1 presentation, Begin with the End in Mind. Habit 2 of Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People provides the theme for Module 1, Begin with the End in Mind. Covey writes, "To begin with the end in mind means to start with a clear understanding of your destination. It means to know where you are going so that you better understand where you are now and so that the steps you take are always in the right direction." Our end in GPS 200 is stated in the course description. This course prepares learners for the rigors of academia and increases the confidence that they can be successful. Module 1 lays out the theoretical foundations and practical skills that students will seek to master, to prepare for, and to gain confidence in their academic careers. Successfully passing this course means you will not only understand, but embrace the concepts of self-directed learning. We'll learn more from Gibbons and Guglielmino, self-efficacy, Bandura, change theories by Lewin, critical thinking through Bloom's taxonomy, and centeredness, values, and priorities via Stephen Covey. So, how do you begin with the end in mind today? Begin each day, task, or project with a clear vision of your desired direction and destination, and then continue by flexing your proactive muscle to make things happen. In other words, forget the days, weeks, and months ahead. Rather, create an image of the end of your college career. Do not consider this as the first week of school. Consider it as your last. It is about imagination, envisioning the future in your mind. As Covey tells us, it is based on the principle that all things are created twice. There is the mental first creation and a physical second creation. Can you create an image of your graduation, the commencement ceremony? In fact, this module, you will do this very thing, as one of your assignments is to write your commencement speech. What about the days and weeks after the celebration? Can you envision a life with a college education? Looks good, doesn't it? Reflection is the default mode for Module 1. Begin with the end in mind and reflect back to this week. How do you want this journey to begin? I know it's all very out there. You may not be able to envision those future days, or you may not care to right now. Your professor is not asking you to envision anything except practice exercises or online discussions. I understand exactly how this may seem. But how do you know you are headed in the right direction if you do not know what direction in which you are headed? Think about Alice in Wonderland. Alice, would you tell me, please, which way I ought to go from here? The cat. Well, that depends a good deal on where you want to get to. Alice, I don't much care where. Clearly no self-reflection on her part. And the cat responds, then it doesn't much matter which way you go. All of us associated with this course believes it does matter. Not only that, we would like to take a moment and warn you of a fairly common myth. The billionaire dropout is a myth. Don't buy it. This is Microsoft founder, entrepreneur, philanthropist, and college dropout, Bill Gates. We all know Bill Gates, or rather we know of him. Billionaire. Billionaire. Billionaire college dropout. And hey, if he can do it, why not me? All you need is a good idea, some hard work, and just one of the sharks on Shark Tank to believe in you. Why not me? This is decorated Army officer, author, and entrepreneur Wes Moore, who says Bill Gates is a myth. Bill's experience will not be our experience. The billionaire college dropout is a myth. Bill? Agrees. Let's take a moment to hear a bit more on topic.
Bill Gates is something of a model for education skeptics. Gates, like Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, and Oprah Winfrey, dropped out of college. If they didn't need a college degree, the skeptics suggest, maybe you don't need one, either. Gates has just published a blog post with something of a reply. Yes, you do need one. Although I dropped out of college and got lucky pursuing a career in software, getting a degree is a much surer path to success, he writes. College graduates are more likely to find a rewarding job, earn higher income, and even, evidence shows, live healthier lives than if they didn't have degrees. They also bring training and skills into America's workforce, helping our economy grow and stay competitive. He adds, it's just too bad that we're not producing more of them. The post is tied to an interview Gates has done with Cheryl Hyman, the chancellor of the City Colleges of Chicago, the city's network of community colleges. During her 5-year tenure, the system has started to raise its abysmally low graduation rate.
Wes Moore argues that we need to find ways of increasing the number of students or college graduates, not deterring them under the myth of the billionaire dropout. Moore contends that without a college education, too many people would not be where they are right now. As we will learn firsthand, a college education is the one proven way of raising one's status in life. Digging deeper, perpetuating this billionaire dropout myth has some real consequences. How we approach this idea may place some moral obligation on our shoulders. We need to make certain that our paradigms are based on principles and reality, because when Covey asks that we begin with the end in mind, he is mindful to note that we do it based on reality. Okay, with all this talk of end of mind and reality, we do need to pause and look at our present realities. Let's take a few moments and learn more about our course. GPS 200, Adult Learning Theory and Practice. Per the college catalog course description, GPS 200 examines the way in which perceptions of the human experience influence life choices. Students will critically analyze theories of adult learning, behavioral change, goal setting, and self-efficacy through the investigation of language and texts. Ethical and moral reflections will be exhibited through journals, discussions, and debates. The course focuses on thinking critically, learning to learn, managing stress, planning time, conducting research, writing effectively, and evaluating language and texts. A scholarly research paper will be completed. The course prepares learners for the rigors of academia and increases their confidence that they can be successful. Upon successful completion of this course, students will be able to analyze ways in which perceptions of the human experience influence life choices through examining language, analyze theories of change, goal setting, learning, and self-efficacy through examining language and texts, demonstrate critical thinking skills by evaluating arguments, asking cogent questions, weighing evidence, drawing warranted conclusions, and communicating those conclusions. Exhibit ethical and moral reflection through journals, discussions, and debates. Exhibit research and writing skills by completing short and long written assignments. Explore practical strategies for learning to learn, managing stress, and planning time. Please familiarize yourself with the description, the objectives, and, if available, the overview of all courses you attend, not just this one. Together, all these elements set the stage for the term ahead. They act as a blueprint for the course. These are your reasons for taking the course, all laid out before you. All this said, you may still wonder why you need to take GPS 200. Please note, this course is for you, especially if any of the following apply. You are a new student, and therefore it is required. You are new to accelerated or online learning. You have been out of college for a while. You are apprehensive about returning to college, or you have been completing courses and want to learn additional success strategies. This type of course is what is commonly known as a student success course. It is designed to give you the basic tools and skill sets necessary to navigate your college career. But it goes deeper than that, because this course hopes to provide you a new perspective. As you will learn throughout GPS 200, there is what is being called a crisis in American universities, the college completion crisis. GPS 200 is designed to give you the necessary skill set to complete college, but the goal is much more than completion. Those of us involved in GPS 200 believe there are many positive experiences to take from this course, most notably becoming a self-directed learner. What is a self-directed learner? I am so glad you asked. Let me tell you. According to Lucy Guglielmino from Florida Atlantic University, self-directed learning is our most basic, natural response to newness, problems, or challenges in our environment. The self-directed learner takes responsibility for his or her own learning, and more often chooses or influences the learning objectives, activities, resources, priorities, and levels of energy expenditure than does the other directed learner. We do this through what we call the 3 pillars of GPS 200, the combination of which stimulate intellectual curiosity and provide tools for students to carry throughout their academic career and beyond. The first pillar is self as a developing learner. Here, we thoughtfully consider various academic theories and concepts, such as adult learning theory, thinking about thinking, and learning to learn, to name a few, that provide a foundation for academic discourse. As the course title suggests, we also explore practical tools students can use on their academic journey in areas such as time planning, managing stress, and setting goals. The second pillar is self as a developing researcher, and the third pillar is self as a developing writer. Taken together, the second and third pillar builds students' skills and confidence that they can identify a topic, develop a plan for finding, evaluating, and writing about sources while staying true to their own voices as writers. In sum, all 3 pillars combined will prepare you for the rigors of academia and increase your confidence that you can be successful. Stephen Covey, the author of The Idea of Keeping the End in Mind, has authored many fantastic quotes. One that fits well as we bring this presentation to a close is, "I am not a product of my circumstances. I am a product of my decisions." You are encouraged not merely to wish and do nothing, but to determine and do something. Let's do GPS 200 well. Let's keep the end in mind. Let's enjoy the journey together as we aim for our end. Welcome to GPS 200 Adult Learning Theory and Practice. We are so glad you are here. Have a great week.